What's going on, everybody? I am currently at camp meeting and loving life. Let's get started. Let me just go ahead and say, I can always tell when it's camp meeting because it is unbelievably hot every year. But you know what? Despite the heat, God is in control, so it's a good day. Now, before we get into this, I would be remiss not to mention that I'm in the Kiesler cabin. Just want to give you guys a quick pan around to see what's going on in here. Grandmother, this is especially for you. Just thought you might like to see the cabin. So today we're talking about the subject every single day. So what exactly does that mean? Well, I'm glad you asked. Lately, God's been dealing with my heart to get back into the ministry. You know, I was in pastoral ministry for several years, but here lately I feel like God is leading me more towards evangelism. And for the record, that scares the snot out of me. True story. So naturally, like all humans tend to do, I was like, God, what are you even talking about? Have you lost your mind? I mean, seriously, I've preached maybe twice in the past calendar year. It's not like people are lining up to have me come speak for them, you know? I kid you not. No sooner had I heard the voice of the Lord speak into my heart about evangelism, the pastor that was preaching immediately goes to Timothy and Paul starts talking to Timothy about evangelism. I was like, really, God? Really? You're going to do that right now? I mean, I at least wanted to argue or something. Something, right? So I sat on it because I really wanted to argue my point. And this morning on the way to camp meeting, I got to argue my point. Oh, yes. Yes, I laid it out exactly like I thought it should be, told God exactly what I thought. Oh, I was all, God, I'm not good enough. God, people are not inviting me to come speak. There's nothing going on that would make me think that this is what you're leading me to do. And then, just as calmly and quietly and peacefully as you can imagine, God just spoke directly to my heart. He told me, He said, if you'll study my word every day, like you're planning for a major sermon the next day, that'll all change. So this morning, right after service, I saw our bishop and I went up to him and I talked to him. I said, here's what I'm going through, here's what I'm facing. I would like a little bit of wisdom. And he told me, he said, if that's what it is, if that's what you're called to do, the gift will make room for itself. So that's two, count them, 2 confirmations back to back. Then I talked to William Strickland, who preached this morning, and it was fantastic, by the way. One of the best sermons I've ever heard, no doubt. He just poured out into me straight from his heart. And so today, that's what I want to do with you guys. I just want to ask you, what's God asking you to do? Is it to preach? Is it to reach one person that you work with? I don't know. I mean, it could be a wide array of anything, really. Whatever it is, whatever God's asking you to do, I want to challenge you today, this week. I want you to treat each and every day as if tomorrow is the day that you have got to do the biggest thing for the kingdom of God. Really dive into His Word today and let's just see what God does. Let's just dive in every day and let's just watch what it is that God does through our lives over the next few weeks and next few months. Guys, I love you and I'll talk to you next week.